Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on a single page layout with 5 pictures on it. Granted, the pictures are small, but there are actually 5 of them. So let's see here. I printed these down into, oh, I don't know, they're like, it's when you put 4 pictures on a 4x6, whatever size that is. And then the main photo was cut down from a 3x4. The main photo being the one of my daughter and my grandson. It's the one I'm holding right now. And this is photos from Super Bowl Sunday. And I am not a huge football watcher, don't really follow it, don't really have any interest in it, but my husband is somewhat interested in it. If he doesn't see it, it's not a big deal. But her in-laws are big 49ers fans, and since we live in the Bay Area, that makes sense. I am not a 49er fan. If I had to follow football, it would not be the 49ers, it would be Dallas, and I don't know why that is. Probably because I grew up watching Dallas with my brother. My brother's a Dallas fan, and my husband's a Dallas fan. So, anyway, like I said, I don't really follow it a whole lot, but her in-laws follow it like crazy. Her father-in-law especially loves football, and so they always have a Super Bowl Sunday party, and we don't always go to it just because we're not always in town or we're not always available. But this year we decided to go, and we brought some twice baked potato. Actually, I guess they're potato skins. Yeah, is that what they're called? Um, so yeah, we brought those, and then he had tri-tip there, and he had crab, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I found these frames. The yellow one and the little square one are definitely from Pink Fresh Studios. The other ones were just in my random box of embellishments. I think the larger one is possibly Ellie Studio. The rest of them, I'm not really sure where they came from. But anyway, I don't often use frames on layouts. I find that difficult, and so I decided to challenge myself to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. And this is definitely different because I normally do layering and all kinds of stuff like that, and this is not layering at all. So I thought it would be fun to challenge myself to do that, and so that's why I'm using these frames. Plus, those little small pictures are perfect for being in frames, and the subject matter inside those little photos is the food, so it's not like you're missing anything huge. There is one small one of my grandson pointing up at the TV, watching the football. And then, of course, the larger one of my daughter and my grandson. So anyway, I decided to go through all of my embellishments from Chamel, and I pulled out that big word super, and that is from one of her, it's a puffy sticker from one of her collections. I think it's from Field Trip. And then the bowl and sundae are also from one of her other collections, possibly Head in the Clouds. I'm not really sure. And then these ones that I'm playing with right here are from one of her early collections. I'm not even sure. It might be her first one, or it might be Starshine. I'm not really sure. Anyway, they're really cool. It's like these different shapes, and then there's these vellum pieces that have little words printed on them, and you can put whatever words you want on those in those shapes. So the yellow one, I put the little thing that says hooray, and then on the tag up at the top where it says "and," it says embrace life, and then there's the ampersand, and then it says celebrate. So essentially embrace life and celebrate. And so I really like those, and I knew I wanted to use red on the layout because there's a lot of red in the photos because it is the 49ers. And then I went with kind of that tealy green color and yellow as the other two main colors that I'm using. And then I just went through a whole bunch of embellishments that I have in these little plastic envelopes that are all from Chamel, and decided to pull out anything that I thought would work. Now I'm trying to challenge myself to use some different pieces. So there's an acetate star that is, it's like a yellow, it's a circle that has like a yellow star with a starburst behind it. So I'm going to use that on here, and that is one of the acetate pieces from one of her collections. And I thought it went well with the circle on the right hand side that has Hooray on it. And so bringing that over to another embellishment area would provide a little continuity. And then I thought I might use those sunglasses that say super cool. So I do end up using those, and they're going to go above the title. So it'll say super cool Super Bowl Sunday. And so I thought that was kind of fun. And I will use It's a Wonderful World. And I'm going to use those balloons, but they're not going to go in the same spot as they are right now. I'm just filtering through all of the little pieces and bits of ephemera that are in these envelopes. Pretty much the packaging that I had that they were in has fallen apart, so I just kind of combined them all into one. And I apologize that I'm off screen. I'm a little too high there, but I will fix that hopefully soon. But I'm going to work on this bottom corner here, so we'll hopefully be in frame for a little bit of that. Now I am punching a circle to go behind that acetate star. You can see the star there. And I did that because otherwise you can't really see it because it is acetate, it's see-through. In order to stick it onto the punch circle and that tag, I just used my tiny attacher, and I thought that worked out really well. And then I wanted to make sure those little vellum pieces that you slide in onto the card would not come off, so I just put a little tiny bit of glue to hold those. And then I'm going to do the same on that round piece on the right hand side a little later. And what I'm trying not to do is I'm trying to have this be balanced, but I'm trying not to like I don't know, close off any areas, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to keep it so that the embellishment areas are really easily definable. I guess that's the word I'm trying to go with. So I did go ahead and stick some glue behind that one, and then that little blue flower is going to go above it just like it was a minute ago. And goodness, I still am a little bit off screen, but not too bad. I'm not sure why everything was so far away from me at this point, because normally I would be off screen the other way. So I'm trying to keep the same colors in those embellishment areas as well. So I've got the tealy color and the yellow in each of them. And then I know I'm going to need some red and I want to put some gold in each area. So I have that gold star. It's going to go in the bottom right, but it's going to get moved around. It's not going to stay in the position it's in now. And I am popping some of these things up onto foam. And so the glasses are on foam. And let's see here. What else is going to be on foam? That's a good question. I know the glasses are on foam because you just saw that. And then I am taking some of this washi tape to provide a little bit of a landing spot for some other small embellishments and some little word stickers. And so I cut it into 3 different pieces because I only have one small strip of it. And I really like how that looks. I also like that it brings a little bit of black into those areas because there's a lot going on, and I feel like the black just kind of grounds everything and gives it a place to live. And it kind of clearly defines the different areas that I'm working in. So just above that little black one at the bottom, I put a little red sticker that says Explore. And then the one on the right hand side, there's a turquoise sticker that says Wonderful. And the one that is up underneath that star that I just set down there, it says Remember This. And I really like how those look. And I brought those out in 3 different colors. So one's a navy blue, one is like a turquoisey teal color, and one is red. And so I know I need to bring those colors in the other areas. So where I have the navy blue one, I need to bring some red and some turquoisey teal up there, and vice versa. Now there's these little triangular pieces that you see me using here, and I thought I was just going to kind of set them next to it like a little arrow, and it works great in that upper area, but it didn't work so great in some of the other areas. And I always have a hard time using those little tiny triangles, and I don't know what it is about them, but I struggle with those. So what I end up doing is I move them so that they're underneath the little word sticker that I've already put up there. And I like how that looks a lot better. It also provided a little bit of contrast between that red word sticker at the bottom and the red background paper, because the red sticker was getting a little bit lost. And you can see me there kind of fiddling with it, and what am I going to do with it? Where am I going to put it? And I just could not find a good spot for it until I stuck it underneath that word, and I like that. I like how it looks. And so then I automatically went and changed it in the other areas as well, so that they would match up with the one at the bottom, and I'm much happier with it that way. So it took me a little bit. It took me a little bit of playing around, and this layout, it took me a couple of days to actually finish this layout. It sat on my desk for a while. Not necessarily because I didn't know what to do with it, but I had a lot of interruption and I had other things going on, but I kept coming and going from it and trying to figure out what I was going to do. And so it wasn't the easiest layout, and that's probably because it's not my normal style, but I like to challenge myself, and I like to try new styles and have things look different from page to page in my albums, so that not everything is matchy-matchy. So I've got the gold star at the bottom, the gold heart at the top, and then I threw the sunglasses in that upper left-hand corner, and I like how those look. And then I'm just adding some embellishments, some little tiny embellishments, some confetti pieces, so little stars and little pieces from the Head in the Clouds little sticker book there. Those are like little tiny turquoise stars, and I like how those look. I will end up putting some enamel, not dots, enamel stars on here as well. So I used a lot of stars in this particular layout, and I like how they look, and I like that they bring a little bit of visual interest. And you know, it's the Super Bowl, you know, they're a bunch of stars, why not put them on there? Stars go with everything anyway. And not to mention that the washi tape that I use had stars on it, so I thought those were all a good fit. And then I'm going to sprinkle some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine on it, and I think I'm just about done. I'm going to add some journaling, and the journaling is, I lied, I'm not adding journaling. I am outlining some of the little stars with my black pen, and then I'm going to outline the entire layout in black ink. I will add journaling, but the journaling is going right below the main photo on the Polaroid type frame. And it's just a tiny bit of journaling saying that we had fun at their house, and then you know, that he was being Mr. Social that day and hanging out with everyone. So that's pretty much going to do it. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.